Story time.
It's
How
all
I
about
gained
the
another
people. It is
multi-millionaire
all
client.
about the people. I wanted to go ahead and record this while it's fresh on my mind because I'm sure this is going to be one of the stories that I put in my book in order to connect the principle or concept that I'm working on. So I'm here in Palm Beach and I'm at this hotel, nice hotel, got a beautiful view of the ocean and all that stuff. And I'm here working and I want something to eat. Now, I had the option. Well, I thought I had the option. So I go to calling trying to get room service on the phone, bring some food to the room, but I couldn't get room service. So because couldn't get room service, I said, man, let me just go ahead and go downstairs, right? So I go downstairs, I sit at the bar, I order a drink, I get some food to go, and of course, there's people at the bar, um, and the bartender, right? So as I'm sitting at the bar, the bartender leaves, and the person who was bringing the food from the kitchen comes from the back, and I see that they put my food on the counter on the other side of the bar, but the bartender is gone. So I could have said, and the person that put the food on the other side of the bar, they saw me, but they put the food on the other side of the bar, and I'm assuming it's because the person in the kitchen has no idea if I paid or not, so they don't want to just give me the food and allow me to leave without paying. So I didn't trip. So 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, and the bartender did not arrive yet. Now I could have got upset. Well, it felt like 10 minutes. It could have been shorter, but it felt like 10 minutes. Now, I could have got upset. I saw somebody on the other side of the restaurant. It's an empty restaurant because they're shutting down. I saw, and the bartender was shutting down the bar even when I was coming up. I saw somebody on the other side of the restaurant doing their own wrap up things for the evening. I could have interrupted them and got them to get my food because I already paid. But no, I'm chilling. I kept it lovely, right? No pressure. Hey, I'm here. Either way, I'm here. I'm around people. I'm here. Even whenever I leave, all I'm gonna do is just go back to doing more work, right? So as I'm sitting there, a older gentleman in a blue sports coat, nice tie, nice glasses. Like I'm looking at him. You know you know what he's wearing is older, but it's good quality, right? You can look at him, and I think his wife, considerably younger than him, appears to be. She wasn't like no. He was over 80 years old. So she wasn't like no 20 years old, but she looked like maybe she might be 50, maybe, right? He's dating or married to a much younger woman. She goes to the restroom. The guy comes up to me and this is the first thing out of his mouth. He said, "All right, be honest. Just be honest. You can't afford a room here. I'm staying at a very nice hotel on the beachfront. You can't." So he says, "Be honest. You can't afford a room here. That's why you're here sitting at the bar." Now, once again, I could have led with, "You trying to disrespect me? What do you mean I can't afford a room here?" No, I said, "How did you know? You must have good intuition." He said, "Oh yeah, I just know these things." And he said, "Well, what are you doing and what are you doing?" And of course, I tell him I'm a wealth strategist, and he gets to asking me about, a little bit about it. Well, not really. I tell him what I do, and he said, "Oh, okay," and almost dismissive. And I said, "Well, what do you do?" And he said, "Well, I used to own an Italian restaurant, and then I went on to do other things, right?" Uh, and he said, "You live around here?" I said, "No, I don't. I don't live around here. I live in Jacksonville. You live around?" He said, "Yeah, I own 5 acres out here." Now, keep in mind, we are in Palm Beach, and he owns 5 acres in Palm Beach, well, as he put it, just outside of Palm Beach, right? So we get to talking, and then he starts asking me questions about what I do, and then of course I start explaining it in a way that only somebody who truly knows what they're talking about can explain. Long story short, as I'm talking, he goes into his wallet, pulls out his card, and said, "I want you to send me what you were talking about." Right? And then as he's leaving, that's when the server comes back, the bartender, and said, "Hey man, here's your food. I'm sorry for the way I said it." He said, "I apologize." I said, "No, I'm glad you made me wait." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I was able to make a good contact while I was waiting on you." Moral of the story is get out, get around people. It's all about the people, and lead with love. Show grace, show mercy, because what's happening potentially is all of the ingredients are coming together for you to meet the right person, because it's all about meeting the right person. And when you meet the right person, you can make things happen. I'm Randolph Love, wealth strategist.